Unfortunately, I'm not going to show skin today, so I will ask you guys that you close your eyes and you imagine my troll avatar, and we're going to go like that. Now, here is an example of what's actually transpiring with many Japanese companies, because the thing is, like, why are Japanese companies popular? Like, no one is asking this question. I mean, look at Marvel, right? Like, they're trying to stuff Captain Marvel down people's throats. They're doing everything they can. They're throwing hundreds of millions of dollars, and the market goes, yeah, like a horse high on ivermectin. I love this expression. It's beautiful, isn't it? But anyway, right, it's true. Like, you can't force something to be popular. Like try making a meme and force it to be popular. Like, even if you know, like, 5 or 6 influencers, and they're all shilling your meme, if the market doesn't like it, if the public thinks that your meme is unworthy, they will not share it further. So the thing with Japanese companies is that they are making a product that people like. And the question is the product really that good? And the answer is, again, nay. I genuinely do not think that Japanese products are that superior. It's just that Western products have become inferior. I mean, I listened to a comic book lady from Marvel, or was it DC? Doesn't really fucking matter. But she was saying that now sales numbers that would have got you canceled in 2016 are considered to be good sales number. Like, this is the absolute state of American entertainment. This is what happened when people went like, comic books need to grow up. We need to make comic books more inclusive. We need to focus on diversity and equity. We need to focus, if our writers have the cock and pussy, and you know, like, focus on gender and literally everything else besides, are you passionate about making comic books? So ever since they did that, people have turned away and they looked for an alternative. So they found this in Japanese content. Like, was it manga, anime, like things that used to be niche? Like when I grew up, most people didn't even know what anime is. Like no, seriously, can you imagine? Like, you would tell someone about anime and they would be like, what is that? What Japanese animation? Oh, Japanese cartoons. That's called anime. Like, literally, that was the culture that I grew up in, because, like, in the West, you had games like Neverwinter Nights, you had, like, stuff that BioWare used to make, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. Like you had genuine good entertainment that was for everybody. Like, girls had their Justin Biebers, like, girls had their Twilight and their stuff. Meanwhile, men had their Mortal Kombat, and we had our stuff as well, right? Like, there was a product for everyone. The concept that a product needs to cater to absolutely everybody is communist dog shit, okay? Like, only a communist looks at people as human beings, as percentages on a piece of paper. In reality, people are individuals. What some people like, others hate, right? So when you make a product, you should focus on the story, and you should focus, like, on the demographic that you're catering to. You don't make a product for absolutely everybody. Because if you do, then your entertainment goes to the shitter. And this is what's happening in America right now. So people are going and they're looking at anime. So you have, like, these ideologues that have been indoctrinated on the benches of academia, fuming. Like, they're salivating. They're like, oh, but, like, we thought that we can control all entertainment. Like, we thought that we can decide what is being shown to people. Right? Because this is their mindset. It's actually called social engineering. Like, they legitimately believe, and they have a point, though. Because it's kind of like a cult, right? Like, if you join a cult, the first thing that they do is to make sure that you only get information from cult-affiliated sources. Like, you don't get the information from the outside. And if you only get information from one source, the output, like, your mind is only going to think based on the information that's inputted to you, right? It makes sense. So they hate the fact that, well, you have Japanese games that are different, and not only that, but they're showing to the Americans, or at least they're trying to show, like, look, you can put tits in a game and be successful. Like, you can put tits in a game and you can make money, right? So they don't want that to happen. They do not want people to compare their shit product with a product that actually the market wants. So when you look at the video game like Dead or Alive 5, Dead or Alive 5 is a horrible fighting game. Like, I'll just say it. The mechanics are bad. The game is meh. But it is successful because it has fan service. It is successful because it has tits. It is a video game made for teenagers. Like, most people in their age of 40 or 30, they don't play this type of game, right? It is a game that is specifically designed for teenagers because teenagers deserve their fucking entertainment too, right? So, like, when I was a teenager, I loved to play video games like Dead or Alive. Your brain switches off because you see Boobao on the screen, so you generally, like, don't care about the story, the plot, or anything else. It's like, okay, there's Boobao on the screen. That's it. That's the video game, and you get to have fighting. That is cool. But here you have the activist, which is saying that it needs to tone down the sexiness. So literally a shit game, which is carried just because of the fan service, in the infinite wisdom of the activist, it's like, tone down the fan service. So we were getting feedback from overseas offices to tone down the sexuality, to tone down the sexiness of the game and the characters. However, once feedback came directly from fans, Team Ninja decided to alter course slightly. We actually got a lot of feedback from people who are playing saying we want bigger breasts. Make the characters more like that. That was kind of surprising. There's definitely still room for having sexualized aspects. If you have a solid fighting game system there, there's nothing wrong with having beautiful characters as a layer on top of that. I would even make the argument that beautiful characters never remove. Like I don't think that there is a single person, yes, hashtag not all, well, actually hashtag all in this case, there is not a single person that looks like a video game and they see a beautiful character and they're like, ugh, I can't play this. Like, look at Kratos. He is embodying perfection. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And again, like, this game is shonen. Like, it is for the genre of teenage boys. The problem is that in the left, the mentality is that no, it has to be for absolutely everybody, and if something is for teenage boys, it is evil by default. But like, the thing is, I don't know many women that play fighting games. I mean, I play fighting games all the time. I never got matched with a woman. Never. I'm not saying they don't exist, I'm sure they will, but it's kind of like going to a Twilight movie or, I don't know, True Blood TV show and trying to find a lot of male guys in the audience, you know? Like, I'm sure there must be, but it's kind of like the same like going to, I don't know, Rambo Last Blood and finding an 85-year-old grandma in the audience. I mean, it's based on genre, alright? Like, it's based on demographics. I'm sure there must be like a grandma that really enjoyed Rambo Last Blood, but like, you're not going to try to capture the movie Rambo Last Blood for that particular demographic. Because it's ridiculous. It means that you do not understand human nature whatsoever. And you don't understand preferences, and you don't understand, right? So anyway, right, like, this is the situation. You have, like, the people from overseas offices, in other words, the gatekeepers, who are basically saying, it's like, well, the fans want you to tone down the sexuality, but when they talk to the fans are telling them a different message. So basically, gatekeeping works, right? Like, when the social justice activists were shaming us for gatekeeping, they were gatekeeping as hard as possible. This is why they're now shaming people on Twitter who happen to like beautiful female characters. Like, just the other day, I don't know the name of the character, but it's from One Piece. And she's got, like, these big, massive tits. Like she's not in a sexual position. Like she doesn't do anything. Like, she doesn't kiss anyone. She doesn't do lewd sex or anything. She's just got, like, these massive milkers. And you have, like, social justice activists. Oh my god, she is but a child. She is but a child. Oh, if you watch that, you must be pedophilic. And it's like, the reason they're saying this is the same thing like racist and sexist accusations, right? Like, they just hate the male gaze, so they don't really care about the character. But it is what it is. I mean, it's important to call them out. It's important to point out what they're doing. And hopefully Japan will keep providing entertainment. If not, there's always South Korea. I mean, the main problem isn't that Japan is better. The main problem is that the West can't provide shit. So people are tuning in to other sources of entertainment. And if even South Korea would stop producing good stuff, people would just go back to the 90s. They would just play the old games. I mean, I'm playing Neverwinter Nights now. It's actually quite good. I've played Baldur's Gate. There are so many good games that I would replay or that I would try again. Like, there's games that I never played. So I genuinely don't care, like ruin your entertainment. That's fine. Go bankrupt, It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.